Hello viewers and welcome to my new video. In today's video I'm going to talk to you about how to join or become a member of PRS for Music and PPL. And the reason I'm making this video is because I've received quite a lot of questions on my other video in which I explain how to register your works or your songs with those two organizations. But of course people then ask me, well, do I need to first become a member? And they're absolutely right. Yes, you do. And I'm going to go back a little bit, a step back, to actually explain how you become a member in the first place in order so that you can register your songs with both of these bodies. So, okay. So without further ado, I'm going to jump straight in and show you that process. So I'm going to share my screen as always so you can follow it. I'm already a member of both organizations, so I'm just going to do like a dummy run. So obviously I'm not gonna click submit or anything on it, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like and what it actually entails and what you need to do in order to become a member. Once you're on the website, you can see at the right hand corner at the top of your screen there is a section here called Want to Join, Start Here. So you need to click that. And actually here they do explain how and when to join and when is best to join. But you can see straight away that, for example, if you are under 25, it's only going to cost you £30 in order to join. In other instances, you will have to pay £100, which is a cost of joining PRS for music. But if you want to join PRS for music and MCPS, which is the Mechanical Copyright Protection Society, that's another £100. So you need to think about that cost when you are joining. Okay. So effectively, if they actually give you a little bit of a help here, I need help joining. So it's asking you, do I need to join PRS, MCPS, or both? So which organization you should join depends on the way your music is used. So join PRS when your music is either broadcast on TV, radio, online, or performed live. So what it means is that even if your music isn't necessarily played on TV, radio, or anywhere like that, still, if you perform your music live, you will be entitled to performing royalties. So it's a good idea to join, especially if you play quite a lot of gigs. Now, MCPS. Join MCPS when your music is released by a record company, downloaded or reproduced onto a CD, DVD, or LP. So what you need to think about is the MCPS it's either when you are released on the record label or your music is broadcast in some kind of way, TV, radio, that kind of thing. However, there's also an online use. So if your songs are either streamed or downloaded, that's also mechanical royalties. So you'll be owed these mechanical royalties when that happens. And also if it's released on a CD, anything like that, reproduced in that kind of way. So if you're not running a publishing company, you don't want to do that, and that would be a £400 fee if you wanted to do that. But if you just want to do as yourself as a writer, then you can do it that way, and you click basically join as a writer. So getting started, this is basically the page that they use to show you kind of how to do it, and they take you step by step. So I'm just going to take you through that right now. So which membership is right for you? So we've already established, if you are releasing your songs on any streaming platforms, it would probably be worth you joining MCPS as well as PRS. But obviously that's up to you, because that's another £100 fee. So you need to kind of weigh up whether it makes sense for you, to pay that fee up front in order to then collect those mechanical royalties. So I'm just gonna say that I'm a writer and composer, and I'm registering for myself, and the assumption is that majority of you who are watching my videos are independent artists, independent musicians, releasing your own music in your own right. So would you like to join PRS? We're gonna click yes, and also they're asking you whether you would like to join MCPS as well. And as well as joining PRS, you can also join the Mechanical Copyright Protection Society to earn royalties for the reproduction of your work. For example, when it's copied on a CD, downloaded, streamed, broadcast on TV and radio. If you aren't signed in with a music publishing company, you might also want to consider joining MCPS as a writer. It is possible to be both a member of PRS and MCPS, right? So if you really wanted to find out about MCPS, I'm just going to show you that as well quickly. So MCPS collects and distributes mechanical royalties to songwriters, composers and publishers when their works have been copied and reproduced. All right, so this is really important, and we're just gonna go back and we're gonna say that yes, I want to join MCPS at the same time. And it's going to ask you if you are registered to pay VAT in the UK, and I presume that none of you is. So we're just gonna say no. And are you a member of any collection societies? So obviously you need to answer that question by yourself, but I'm just going to say no to that question. And are you under 25? And the reason why they ask this is because if you are under 25, they're gonna charge you less. So they're only gonna charge you like 30% of what you would pay if you are over 25, which is a big discount. So you've chosen to apply for writer membership. Joining either PRS or MCPS as a writer means you can earn money when your music is used. You don't need to be signed to a record label or a publisher, but you do need to be the copyright owner of a musical work. So this is really important. So next step. So which membership is right for you? And again, they give you those options that you can actually do that sort of test for yourself and find out. So let's do that. Should you join? Let's find out if it's the right time for you to join. Simply estimate how much your music has been used and we'll calculate whether it's the right time for you to join. This tool is designed to help you establish whether this is the right time to join and looks only at how your music has been used so far. If your music is going to be used a lot in the near future, you may prefer to join now. If so, adjust the sliders below to include projected likely music use. So again, you can project it, you might be a new artist, you might be thinking, look, I'm gonna be playing quite a lot of gigs, I'm gonna be setting myself up with streaming, distributors, I'm going to have my music on all these streaming platforms, maybe on Bandcamp, on, in a download format or SoundCloud or anything like that, so I want to be registered in order to then be able to collect these royalties as I go along. Alright, so first you've got live performance at a small venue. So again, do you expect to be playing quite a lot of these live performances? So, you could be saying, and you can sort of estimate that here. So, I don't know, maybe 10. You can say, okay, I'm going to play 10, maybe 10 in a year or whatever, that kind of thing. Live performance at the concert venue, So I'm actually not sure whether this is in a year. It's just like it's a bit of a slider, I think, for you to decide. But I assume that is probably what they mean. So maybe you won't play at a big concert venue. I don't know, but I'm gonna leave that off for a sec. Streams. How many streams have you had in the last year, or how many streams are you expecting to have? Right. So say, I don't know, maybe you say 1,000 streams, okay? Because you're just a small artist starting out at this point in time. National radio, maybe 0. Let's leave that off for now. Independent local radio, maybe you will have some plays at the independent. Say maybe 10 plays in a year at the independent local radio, that kind of thing. National TV, probably not if you're only just starting out. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that off. But even with that, sorry, it's still moving because it's like you need to click off it. So yes, and just by answering those simple sort of small questions, and oh yeah, I'm just gonna play maybe 10 gigs in a pub, so do 1,000 streams in a year, that kind of thing. No big concerts, nothing else, that kind of thing. It's already telling me yes, you should join. So it looks like you're ready to start making the most of your music by becoming a member. Let's get started. So next step. So in this step, they're actually showing you what you need to do and what you will need in order to complete this. So it's telling you here that you will need 15 minutes of your time. You need your credit or debit card to make the payment, because you need to make that payment straight away. Evidence of mechanical usage, evidence of your own record labels exclusion. This is optional, so don't worry about that for now. If you're just a small independent artist, you don't have a record label, just don't worry about it. You can still apply. And this is really important, you will actually need to prove your identity by sending them. You have to actually post it to them. It's either your passport or your full driving license. So make sure that you have one of these documents available, and you will need to post it to them, and they will return that back to you. So 15 minutes. Obviously, you can actually tick these things. Have I got this? Have I got this? Have I got this evidence of mechanics? So say again, if you want to join a MCPS as well as PRS, you need to have this evidence of mechanical usage. So let me just click on see details, so I can actually show you what that actually means in practice. So they give you a few different options here. Option number one is that your song or songs have been commercially released by a record company, and this cannot be a record company that you own. And documents that they accept in this case is reproduction of the artwork for the recording, clearly indicating that you have a writer or publisher credit, and a letter from the record company on their headed paper confirming that they have released a record that features your music. All right, so that's sort of evidence number one. And also you can use, or instead of recording used by a radio or TV program, in this case you'd need a music cue sheet for the production, clearly detailing inclusion of your music. Evidence number three is recording used in an audio-visual or multimedia production, and that would be a letter from the production company on their headed paper confirming inclusion of your music in the production. And lastly, what you can also use, and this is probably going to apply to most of you here, the small independent artists, is if your music has been used online, right? What does that mean? Whether it's been streamed or downloaded effectively. So you can have this music cue sheet for the production clearly detailing inclusion of your music, or you can send them a screenshot from a download or streaming online service showing your work. So really this is that simple, that's it. So if you send them that screenshot proving that you have had your music on streaming platforms, you can become a member of MCPS and collect those mechanical, or receive rather, because they collect it on your behalf, but receive those mechanical royalties for your streams or your downloads. All right, so this is effectively it. Let's go back. So we know that we have this, so if we need to obviously prepare that screenshot, but fine, we can say yeah, we have this. And have I got a passport or driving license? In my case, that was a passport that I actually sent out, so I click yes. So when you've clicked all these things, it's really easy actually to follow. They've made it really simple on their website, as you can see. So when you've clicked all this, that you have all that, looks like you are ready to start. So the next step is the legal bit. So please read these documents before joining, right? So effectively, you need to read that all for yourself and just to check, are you happy, to sign up, with them, and then looks like you're good to go. So say join now, and from that point on you have to give them your email address, and effectively they will send you this code, and then you can carry on sort of joining, But obviously I'm not gonna do that right now because I kind of I'm already a member, so I'm not gonna kind of resend it to them again. Now so I'm just gonna tell you basically what happened in my case. So effectively what you do is you give them your details, you kind of explain to them what kind of names you perform as. So for example, if you have any aliases, or you have sort of a stage name, or you release music as a band or whatever, that kind of thing, you just provide all that, your own details, date of birth, the usual kind of demographics, and yeah, effectively you need to kind of make a payment. You need to send them the documentation, like I said, probably a passport or a driving license. You will have to post it to them, and they will return it back to you once they've checked that this is actually you. And that's it. And the bank details, right? So in order to receive the payment, you need to give them your bank details, and this is kind of effectively how this works, how this registration process works. Now, in order how long this takes, well, it took quite a while for me. I think it took about a couple of months from what I can remember, between the time that I actually started and then sent the documentation out and then got it back and then got all my membership number and everything. So it does take a while, but once you register, that sort of gives you that peace of mind, and you can just go ahead and register your works like I've shown you in my other video. When it comes to PPL, so again, this separate body, but this is a body that deals with your recordings as opposed to your compositions or your, as a songwriter or composer. So this is but you as a performer registering your masters, registering your actual recordings. So in order to join that, you need to find PPL, and then you click on Join PPL. And you can register here. You can register in a few different capacities. So you can register as a performer. You can register as a recording rights holder. So this is really important. So if you own your masters, as I explained, there's another video I'm gonna leave the link in the description that I made about different types of music royalties and how they actually work, right? But if you are a rights holder, then you may want to do that. Or you may want to register as a performer and recording rights holder both at the same time, because for example, if you record your own music and also you release your own music by yourself and you own all these masters, then effectively you are both a performer and a rights holder. All right. I want an ISRC, but I do not wish to register as a PPL member. So you could also do that. You can just register you could get an ISRC code from them, but not become an actual member. There's also that option. And you could be also registering as a representative of a performer or recording rights holder. So effectively, what this means is that, say you run a record label and you release another artist or a band on that record label, and you represent a performer or the recording rights holder, or you could be a beneficiary of a deceased performer as well. So again, you could register through that way. So maybe if you are a child of, or a spouse or widow or a widower, from somebody who used to receive these royalties, you may be able, those royalties may be transferred on to you. But again, we're not covering that today. Today we're talking about you yourself are an independent artist. You want to release your songs and you want to become a member in order to collect these royalties if your music is ever used on a TV, radio, things like that, right? So effectively, so say in my case, I would be saying I want to register as both a performer and recording rights holder. So click continue. You need to tell them if you're 18 years of age or over, or if you are an individual or sole trader, or you are a company, partnership, or other organization. So in majority of cases, it will be option number 1. I want to register my sound recordings and music videos. You can also register music videos with PPL, so that's really important. You can register your sound recordings only, or register your music videos only. So you need to pick one that applies to you. In my case, that would be both. I click continue. So then you need to complete a registration form. So it's really similar. You know, you will have to give them your details, your name, your date of birth, address, all these different things, you know, bank details, and also confirm your identity with them as well. And what that will do is they will then allow you to set up an account. Now, I'm not gonna do it. Again, I'm not gonna sort of cross that through that now because I've already got a membership. So, but effectively, this is how you do it. You need to go to both websites, click on join, enter all your details, make sure that you've got all your documents that you need ready and at hand, and you can actually send it to them and prove that you are saying you are who you are saying you are, that you can prove your identity. And that's basically it. That's the job done. Once you are registered and they both confirmed, and you can go on and start registering your works or your songs, as I showed in my other video. So thanks very much for watching. I hope that you find this video helpful and it will help you on your musical journey, and you're making sure that you collect all royalties that are owed to you. And have a great day, and I will see you in my next video.